Hi guys, welcome to Psychic Astro. I'm so excited to be doing these videos moving forward. So these videos are going to be astrology based on channeled messages that I get from spirit. So please watch the videos based on your sun, moon, or rising sign, whatever resonates the best for you. Me personally, it's always been my rising sign. It's never been my sun, moon. I just wanted to tell you guys that. Maybe that'll help somebody out there. I've also noticed that for me, my rising sign and my natal chart, as well as my rising sign and my progress chart, also resonates with me. Sometimes more so my progress chart than my natal chart. So yeah, I hope that helps anybody out there. Maybe it's worth trying out. So basically what I'm going to be doing in these videos is I'm going to be channeling the transits of the month. I'm going to be going over the themes you guys can expect. I hope, you guys like these videos. I'm starting off, kind of this way with the paper and the pen because I'm new to this and I just need to figure out what works best for me through trial and error. I'm sure eventually I'm not going to be sticking to paper and pen, but this is what I feel comfortable with for right now. I also just want to put a disclaimer out there. As a psychic, as much as I love channeling messages from spirit, as much as I love channeling the cosmos, and although I trust my messages, I don't know, maybe it's my Virgo placement, maybe it's my Capricorn stellium. I want to tell you guys strongly that I believe you guys shouldn't just stick with psychic channeled messages only. You guys should definitely, watch or at least look into professional astrologers' predictions as well for monthly readings. At least that's just how I feel, and I do want to put that out there. To just be practical about these things and, not just strictly rely on psychic messages, okay? All right, with that being said, let's get to it. Hi guys, this video is going to be for my sun, moon, rising Leo people for the month of January 2024. Happy New Year, guys. All right, so what you're looking at here is the energy you guys can expect to be walking into in the month of January. And then as we, get to new transits, I'll then update and then change what you're seeing here as we get to it, okay? So I'm going to speak about the transits weekly and then my channel messages after that, okay? All right, so let's get to it. The first week of January, what can you guys expect? We have Venus in Sagittarius in your guys' 5th house, and it is squaring Saturn in Pisces in your 8th house, okay? So a square, there is a block, there is a holdup, there is some type of karmic lesson. So we have Venus squaring Saturn. When I think of Venus being in your 5th house, I think about something you guys are either creating or it has something to do with romance, okay? And the fact that it's that we have Saturn in the 8th house and it's in Pisces, I think of mystical things. I think of manifestation. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with exactly what I just said, creating something, or it has to do with romance. But either way, whatever this is speaking of in your guys' life, because this is going to take on a different story for each different individual for my sun, moon, rising Leos. This is being put on hold for now, okay? Let's see. Mercury then goes direct on January 1st in Sagittarius in the 5th house, okay? So something will be put in motion. Your thoughts will be more clear. Your communication will be more clear. So I think of this as 8 of Wands energy in tarot. Possibly like spirit will be speaking to you. Intuitive hits. Passion gets ignited. Let's see, January 4th, Mars enters Capricorn in your 6th house. So the place of work, place of daily routine, place of spirituality is what I think of when I think of the 6th house, okay? And somehow this connects back to your 8th house. And the reason I'm saying this is because the ruler of Capricorn is going to be in your 8th house. Excuse me. Apologize. Okay, so what did I channel for you guys for the first week of January? What can you guys expect to be feeling? Either entering a relationship or being intimate with someone or beginning the talking stages of a relationship. Or if none of those things, you have someone on your mind that you feel some kind of way about. You are thinking about a future with another. And I believe this is due to Saturn squaring Venus. This literally may be blocking anything from actually happening, but instead making this more of a daydream internally. Yeah, so when I think of the 8th house, I think of internal energy or things going on behind your back. So Venus squaring Saturn in general, this is usually people who end up experiencing love, like real love or romance or marriage later on in their life. And this is because Saturn is an older energy. It is the life, the hard life lessons that we have to learn. We may not want to learn, but we have to. So there's usually difficulty with this energy, but it's because through like the tough relationships, we get wiser and better. And then ultimately it's like we'll be in a better relationship in the long run for it. Okay. So I feel like whatever difficulty is going on here with that, whether it is artistic endeavors or love, that's being put on hold and you guys are focusing on 6th house things, possibly yourself, everyday routine, work matters. You guys are driven towards this instead. And the ruler of Mars, I mean, the energy that belongs to Mars is Aries, right? And this is in your 9th house, and this is where your guys' north node is. Excuse me. Apologize. So you guys may want to expand on this energy, one way of looking at it as well. Let's see. Okay, yeah. 2nd week of January. Wait, I just want to see something else. Okay. Sun in Capricorn in your guys' 6th house is going to be trining Uranus in retrograde in Taurus in your 10th house. Okay, so yeah, this is going to be work related. So 10th house speaks of your career, speaks of you guys on stage, at work, how you guys appear to others, your legacy, and Uranus can speak of intuition, downloads from spirit, a eureka moment, something suddenly happening. And when it's in retrograde, it speaks of like you being tested to balance this energy. So if you do have that suddenly shocking moment, you don't act some kind of way. You're able to be refined. You're able to balance out your energy. So a trine is a blessing in astrology. This energy is either given to you or it just comes naturally to you. Usually this is a blessing that is, it comes so easily that we don't recognize it sometimes. So with the sun trining Uranus, I feel like something may come so easily to you guys when it comes to work. You guys may be able to see something so clearly when it comes to this, or you guys may be able to just feel so confident. I feel like, feel motivated, feel driven, because I feel like with the sun being here, this is illuminating something. You guys are able to have confidence here with whatever it is you guys are doing every day. You guys are happy here. I feel like with the sun in Capricorn, I mean, yeah, it may not be like, I think it's a good position because Capricorn energy is stability, it's work, and and the sun is able to get you guys in the right position in life, especially when it's related to work, and this is where you have it. So yes, something is being shown to you guys here. I feel like you guys are either getting inspired in order to how I feel like you guys are able to see how to go about something in regards to work. All right, I'll leave it there. January 11th, new moon in Capricorn in your 6th house. January 12th, Mars in Capricorn in your 6th house, trining Jupiter in your 10th house in Taurus. Okay, again, this is something good. This is a blessing. You guys are driven to expand on something with work. It could be learning something. It could be to, be a leader in the workplace. It could be to move up in a position. There's something positive happening here for sure. Because when you have Sun and Mars in a working house, this talks about confidence. This talks about leadership abilities. I feel like with that fire energy, there's just the willpower and the initiative to create something here. And then January 12th, Juno goes retrograde in Virgo in your 2nd house. Okay. January 13th, Mercury enters Capricorn. Okay, so Mercury is leaving Sagittarius in your 5th house, and it is entering your 6th house. So your thoughts are going to be in your everyday routine, workplace, communication style. Okay, 2nd week, what am I channeling for you guys? Week of January. 10 of Wands energy with the matters of your heart. You want to drop everything that feels heavy and that's stopping you and move fast on your heart's desires. This could have to do with work because I'm seeing with the 2nd week of January, your 6th house and 10th house are being lit up in a positive way. And these houses speak of work, but with the where the rulers are can speak of something else or both. So I just want to take a look here. So Saturn again is the 8th house. And then we have the ruler of Taurus is Venus, and it's in your 5th house. Okay. So the 6th house can speak of helping others. It can speak of being of service to other people. You guys may want to go after creative endeavors, something internally that like lights your soul on fire is what I feel like this could be about. It could be romance, it could be, but I feel like this is leaning towards more so the workplace. But again, I feel like everybody may have a different story. It could be a little bit of both, but I'm definitely leaning more towards the workplace because the ruler of Sagittarius is Jupiter. And where's Jupiter? It is your 10th house, okay? All right, so... And Juno speaks of partnerships, and it's in your 2nd house, but it's in retrograde. And the ruler of Virgo is Mercury, and it's in your 6th house. And yeah, I just think you guys will be driven to expand upon something at the workplace in regards to something creative and, oh, forgot to scratch this out, sorry. And something regarding your leadership abilities. Like you guys are definitely driven towards something over here, to expand upon something, whether it's moving up or being seen in a different type of way. That's what I'm picking up on. All right. Anything else? Let's see. Oh, yeah, there's more. Okay, so there's something about what you guys value regarding the second house I'm seeing. So something everybody can see, a performance. It's different for some of you. It's work or it's a relationship. But either way, I'm seeing everyone see and applaud. So yeah, this is funny because the 10th house speaks of this and the 5th house speaks of this. So the 10th house is a place where everybody can see you. This is also why it's looked at as how you appear and your legacy, okay, at the workplace. And then the 5th house speaks of this because this is you on stage. This is typically natally belonging to Leo energy. When I think of a Leo, I think of them being the popular one. I think of them being the one who stands out at the party. I feel like they were the one who just, you know, they're the ruler of Leo is the sun, and everybody likes the sun for the most part, right? Because we're able to see things. We feel happy with the sun. We feel confident with the sun. So I'm picking up that you guys are driven to succeed in a way where people see you. And that goes for whichever way you guys are trying to succeed. Either way, and this makes sense, right? Because you guys are rising Leo. Okay, moving on. 3rd week of January. Sun in Capricorn in your 6th house is sextiling Neptune in the 8th house, okay? So a sextile, I look at this as it's not as easy as a trine. The trine is a blessing. It is an energy that is literally just given to you or just comes naturally to you. Whereas a sextile, there is work that's required, but I feel like more times than not, you're gonna get what it is you're putting work towards. It just requires an initiative and work. So something is being seen in a place that normally would not be seen because Neptune's involved here. Neptune usually belongs to the 12th house. This is the unconscious. This is dreamland. This is the place of hidden enemies. It's just a place that's kind of hard to put into words. But yet the sun is shining through the clouds. It's like you guys are able to see internally or behind your back. You guys are able to see through the dark is what I'm picking up on with this energy. Excuse me. January 18th, Mercury in Capricorn in the 6th house is sextiling Saturn in Pisces in the 8th house. So again, we have a very similar energy going on, except it's it's talking about your thoughts this time. So again, on January 15th, we have the sun in Capricorn in your 6th house, and it's sextiling Neptune. You guys are able to see something clearly. You guys are able to feel something clearly. And then on January 18th, Mercury in Capricorn, your thoughts, your communication style is sextiling Saturn in Pisces in the 8th house. So you guys will be able to communicate whatever it is you were able to see on the 15th clearly. You guys will be able to manifest this in your thoughts and your communication. January 19th, Venus in Sagittarius in your 5th house will be squaring Neptune in Pisces in the 8th house. So again, we had this already on January 1st, where Venus in Sagittarius in your 5th house was squaring Saturn in Pisces. Now it's squaring Neptune. So it's like this is basically Venus squaring Neptune. when I think of that energy in general, you're not able to see something clearly when it comes to matters of the heart. Now, matters of the heart, is this, again, money? Is this creative endeavors? Is this romance? When it's in the 5th house, it depends what Venus is talking to, what other planets. But yeah, it could be all of these things from what I'm seeing. I think with the collective Sun, Moon, Rising Leos, all of you have different storylines that are playing out. But you guys won't be able to see something clearly with whatever this is talking about. You guys won't be able to intuitively understand it or manifest it. It's almost as if, like, if you're a painter, you will not be able to tap into your painting abilities. It's like you won't feel motivated, is what I'm picking up on. It's like the paintbrush will be put on pause. You know, it's the best way I can put it. You won't be able to expand on this type of energy because Venus natally, Sagittarius natally belongs to the 9th house, right? Neptune natally belongs to the 12th house. 9th house wants to expand. It wants to explore. It wants to learn. The 12th house, where does this go? This is escapism. This is creative endeavors. This is a place you can't quite define because this is a place where we go when we die. We don't quite really know what it is, right? Where this place is. We have an idea, but we don't really know. So think about those two energies, right? They're both trying to come together, but they're blocked. So when you think about Venus and when you think about Neptune, this can talk about some type of art that cannot be created. So, yeah. Then we have January 19th, that same day, Mercury in Capricorn in your 6th house is trining Jupiter in Taurus in your 10th house. It's almost as if like practical things can happen for you guys in the month of January. But it's almost as if like artistic things that can become a reality that are practical can happen, but things that are too dream-like, that are too hard to figure out, will be very difficult for you guys to manifest, is what I'm picking up on. January 20th, Sun in Capricorn is conjuncting Pluto in Capricorn in your 6th house. And then later that same day, Sun enters Aquarius in your 7th house. Yeah, definitely. For some of you, this is a relationship, no doubt in my mind. Then later that same day, Pluto enters, yes, your 7th house in Aquarius. So I would definitely double check some of these dates. It may be off by a day or two. So this means to me, January 20th, this is definitely not going to be the one day you guys are feeling Sun and Pluto entering Aquarius in your 7th house. There's no way. I do not believe that. I think you guys will 1000% be feeling this energy before January 20th, no doubt. All right, 3rd week. What do I channel for you guys? Okay. I'm seeing King Kong. I don't make up these visions, okay? If I did, they wouldn't sound ridiculous. I'm just letting you guys know. King Kong on the top of the building, but it's not like the Empire State Building. It's just a building. Something about being at the top. Even when your eyes are closed, you can see. So when I see King Kong, I think of 1111 energy. I think of 4 of Wands energy. I think of spiritual connection energy. But the energy isn't the best the 3rd week of January for you guys. It's not terrible, but it's not that great. I feel like you're fighting with people, but you can see through them. I see a skull with a long tongue sticking out, and it connects to someone else, and the mouth gets angry. I then see the Sun in the 6th house is getting along with Neptune in the 8th, so you can see something, and Mercury in the 6th and Saturn in the 8th, but Venus being in the 5th in Sagittarius and Neptune in the 8th in Pisces are squaring, so it's not fun. Something gets, what did I say? Oh, love gets blocked and at odds with themselves and disconnected from their higher selves is what I'm seeing. Let's see. Something with the 7th house, a partnership. Oh, same. Wait, hold on one second. Something with the 7th house, with partnerships and relationships, and where the ruler of Uranus is in the 10th house. So for some of you, this is work, but the skull to me represents Pluto, Scorpio energy. And you guys have this in your 4th house natally. So a change with another affects your home life. Right, because Pluto transitions into your 7th house. Okay. So I just want to look at the transits again and then look back at my channel messages. So King Kong on the top of that building, something about being at the top, even when your eyes are closed, you can see. Okay, so this definitely is talking about the 8th house because the 8th house talks about mysticism. It talks about magic. It talks about intuition. It does depend on what energy is going on in there and what planets are there because the 8th house can also be deceitful as well. But I feel like because you guys have Pisces here and because you have Saturn and Neptune, Saturn in Pisces in the 8th house does talk about getting in tune with magic, being gifted with some type of psychic abilities. So I do believe what it is I saw for you guys. I do believe that you guys are able to see something, especially because, like I said, the Sun and Neptune talking to each other. Something is definitely, I feel like you guys are seeing something real is what I'm picking up on because Capricorn energy is earth, right? And Pisces energy is whatever we're dreaming of, whatever our thoughts are. And then if we want to make that a reality, we have to bring that down to earth. We have to put work into it. And when I think of work, I think of Capricorn energy, right? So something is being said here in regards to whatever it is you guys are seeing, because again, the 6th house, it's not just about work. It's not just about everyday routine, but it can be the house of spirituality as well. So something is, you guys are connecting with something here. And then your thoughts a few days later, January 18th, are connecting with this as well. They're stabilizing them with Mercury and Capricorn in your 6th house, sextiling Saturn and Pisces. But then a day later, Venus in Sagittarius in your 5th house is squaring Neptune in Pisces in the 8th house. So I feel like that is that energy that isn't the best the 3rd week, and it's not, but it's not terrible. So I feel like it's not just you guys, it's also a few other signs for the collective that are experiencing this as well, because then the following day we have this huge transit where Sun and Pluto are conjunct, okay? And whatever Pluto touches, it's like the Reaper. It's like it turns into ash. It's like it will never be the same, whatever Pluto touches. It is transformative. And this is what you guys have going on here. And then it goes into your 7th house. So and let's move this because we already went over that. So this tells me that Pluto will be changing your 7th house, and you guys are like kind of getting this heads up about it. I feel like with Venus being here in Sagittarius and it's squaring Neptune, you guys aren't able to see something 100% that is coming your way, and then all of a sudden, boom, something's being, illuminated to a certain degree. With the Sun here in your 7th house. You're seeing something, but not 100%. But when the Sun and Pluto are together, this is transformative energy. But it's deep, and it's karmic, and it's a lot. It's a lot. Okay. So yeah, I think for those of you who are building on something in the workplace, this definitely speaks of that 11-11 energy with that spiritual connection. Seventh house can speak of not only relationships, but partnerships as well. And you have the ruler of Aquarius in your 10th house, okay? And Pluto is the ruler of Scorpio, and it's in your 4th house. So the 10th house, our career, always affects our home life, right? How does it not? I mean, it's got to affect you. You can't just leave work at the workplace. I don't know how anybody does that. I mean, if you guys do, good for you. But to separate the two completely is like, I don't know. And you guys are Sun, Moon, Rising, Leo, right? So your ruler is in your opposite house. It's in the 7th house. It's in the people, Aquarius, humanity. It's in the other. Mercury in Capricorn. In your 6th house is trining Jupiter in the 10th house. So you guys are able to expand on something here. And then the sun in Capricorn is conjunct Pluto. Yes, something is changing in regards to everyday life, work life. 1000%. Something big is changing for you guys. At odds with themselves and disconnected from their higher self. I feel like you guys may feel disconnected from your higher self. So the higher self can be looked at as the sun. And it's literally opposite from you guys. You guys are the 1st house, right? See anything else? Rule of Uranus and Saturn. This is work. This goal to me represents Pluto, Scorpio energy. Yeah. All right. I'm just going to keep repeating myself, so I'm going to stop there. 4th week, last week of January. What can you guys expect? All right. So we have January 20. Is it 3rd? Did I write? 23rd. Venus enters Capricorn in your guys' 6th house. Okay. January 25th, we have a full moon in Leo in your 1st house. January 26th, Venus goes direct in your 10th house. Nice. Yep, something is changing in your 10th house life. January 26th, that same day, Sun in Aquarius in your 7th house is squaring Jupiter in your 10th house in Taurus. January 27th, Mercury in Capricorn in your 6th house is conjunct Mars in Capricorn. That same day, Venus in Capricorn is sextiling Saturn in Pisces in the 8th house. January 28th, Mercury in Capricorn is trining Uranus in Taurus in the 10th house. That same day, Venus in Capricorn in your 6th house is trining Jupiter in Taurus in your 10th house. And the following day, January 29th, Mars in Capricorn in your 6th house is trining Uranus in Jupiter. Uranus. Let's say that again. January 29th, Mars in Capricorn in your 6th house is trining Uranus in the 10th house in Taurus. Okay. So it's really good energy the last week of January. The only difficulty I see is this full moon in Leo in your 1st house. Because in the 7th house, we have the sun in Aquarius. Okay, so we have the moon, excuse me, opposite the sun, and it's squaring Jupiter in Taurus. So I feel like with your guys' ruler being in the house of other people and the full moon being in the 1st house, I feel like when you guys I feel like Leo moons in general, and this isn't like to talk crap about you guys, but it may come off that way, and I apologize if it does, but I feel like you guys need to be recognized for the things that you guys do. Like there needs to be some type of recognition in regards to like a compliment, you know. If you guys do something, you want to be recognized for it. But I feel like the last week of January, based off what I'm seeing here, I feel like Aquarius, other people may be getting recognition instead of you guys, is what I'm picking up on. But let's look at the channeled messages. I keep seeing 7 and a cheetah and a ram, like Aries energy, Mars, movement, and trying to leave something that doesn't feel great. I feel like I see you guys wanting to pray, wanting to manifest, getting out of mental conflicts. I feel like your higher self will be trying to change how you see things. I see Venus and Saturn energy. Hold on. Venus, I don't want to forget this. Venus and Saturn energy. Like instead of restricting yourself from the things you love, instead of holding yourself back, just let yourself love these things. So Venus enters Capricorn in your 6th house, and there's a full moon in Leo in your 1st house. So because the sun, ruler of Leo, will be in the 7th, of Aquarius, and the ruler of Capricorn, Saturn, will be in your 8th, and in Pisces, you're really able to see and tap into your deepest desires this week, especially with all the trines and Uranus going direct in Taurus. The problem is the sun and your confidence. The energy that gives you energy and a reason for being alive is being blocked from expanding. By Jupiter in the 10th house, which is ruled by Saturn, Capricorn energy, like the 10th house I'm talking about, traditionally. So this is like 7th house gets blocked by the 10th house. So your heart is intertwined with people, is getting blocked. There's more positive energy working for you, but you may get caught up. You may get caught up with the Jupiter blocking the sun because these are our 2 biggest gas giants. You already have desires around the 7th and 10th house, and you're noticing this, and spirit's like, pump the brakes. It's being blocked because you have to realize why you really want what you claim you want. Is your heart in it, or is it to show your accomplishments? Or is it to help the people? Because Aquarius is about the people. And you have Uranus, the ruler here, in the 10th house. So innovative, being different, where you stand out like a Leo. Okay, this makes sense to me, yes. I'm like, wow, tell me more. But are you doing it for the people? Or are you aligned with the right people who support your cause in regards to your career? With Saturn being in your 8th house and Capricorn in your 6th, the house of spirituality and work, this is what you're being called to take a deeper look into. And I see you guys trying to figure this out intuitively. Okay. Sorry, I'm just re-looking at something. Right. Okay, gotcha. I was just looking at the Jupiter and the sun square and how that's being blocked. Yeah. Okay. I feel like this makes sense. So you guys have your North Node in the 9th house in Aries, and your 3rd house in Libra in the South, in Libra, the South Node. Seeing if there's anything else I wanted to touch upon, but I feel like that's really it. I feel like with the Venus in Capricorn in the 6th house, sextiling Saturn and Pisces, this is like that praying energy and wanting to get out of mental conflicts. And I feel like with the Mercury in Capricorn conjunct Mars in Capricorn in your 6th house, this is that motivated go-getter. That is that driven person. So I feel like this is that fast movement energy that I was seeing that maybe doesn't feel that great. But I feel like it's just interesting because I feel like with the Mercury conjunct Mars, no, actually, yeah, that can be a conflicting energy. It can either be a positive energy or a conflicting energy because Mars can be driven. It could be confident, a go-getter, but then it can also be literally conflicting. It can be an overachiever. It can just be competitive. It could just be too much. And I feel like with the 7th house that I'm channeling so much, I feel like this is that sun squaring Jupiter. And I feel like this is also possibly the mental conflict as well. Just because the sun illuminates things and Jupiter expands upon it. And it's like there is an issue expanding upon something that I feel like you guys do want to expand upon. So, yeah, is there anything else? Because I see you guys restricting yourself from the things you guys love. You guys are holding yourselves back is what I'm seeing. Trying to think. Yeah, I feel like that makes sense with Saturn and Neptune being in the 8th house and then the ruler of Saturn being in the 6th house and you guys having this Mars, Mercury, Venus here and the Mars conjunct Mercury. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll just keep repeating myself, so I'm going to stop, but that's what I got for you guys. All right. Bye.